This is Engage in New York, Module 3, Lesson 11, Problem Set Debrief. Okay, so I did use different strategies to subtract using the strategies we talked about in the concept development. So here I just straight up subtracted. I changed my units so that they have like units so I could subtract. Over here, I did the same thing. Over here, I did the same thing. Then over here, I decided to try something different. And when I had my mixed number, over here, I changed my mixed number into an improper fraction and then subtracted. I used that strategy here. Then I switched my strategy and I went ahead and pulled out my whole number and then subtracted just between my fractions. And then I took it all the way out to simplify. Then over here, I did the same thing. I pulled out my whole numbers and subtracted my fractions. Then I did the same thing here to subtract 1, brought down my 1, and then just worked with my fraction. Made sure to take it all the way down here. Then on my last problem, problem G, I pulled out my whole numbers, subtracted, pulled down my and added it to the subtraction problem here. There is another way to do it, and if you just want to simply stack your fractions, you can do it that way. Then it says to draw a number line to show your answer. So here's my 5 and 6/7, and I subtracted 2 and 2/3, and I got about 3 and 4/21. All right, then our word problem. George says that to subtract fractions with different denominators, you always have to multiply the denominators to find the common unit. For example here, but I said 8 and 6 are both factors of 24 too. If he had used the scoreboard method, he would have found 24 first. Then you would not have to simplify your answer. And here's my example here. And then I came up here and made sure that his number ended up and my number ended up at the same spot. Then over here, Mei Ling has 1 1/4 liter of orange juice. She drinks 1/3 of a liter. How much does she have left? I tried it this way and I wasn't really thrilled with trying this problem this way, but I got 11/12. Then I came over here and I tried it this way and I ended up with 11/12. So she had 11/12 left over. The bonus question is if her brother drinks twice as much as Mei Ling, how much is left? So 1/3 times 2 is 2/3. I changed it to a common denominator to make it 8/12. Well, 11/12 minus 8/12 is 3/12. 3/12 is 1/4 of a liter. Then Harlan used 3 1/2 kilograms of sand to make a large hourglass. To make a small hourglass, he only used 1 3/7 kilogram of sand. How much more sand does it take to make the large hourglass than the smaller one? So 3 1/2 subtract 1 3/7. I followed the same strategy that I did earlier. It takes 2 1/14. It takes 2 1/14 kilogram more to make that larger hourglass. All right, so remember the goal is to try the problem set. If you can successfully complete the problem set, then you know the homework just becomes so much easier. If you made a mistake, go back and find your mistake, figure out what your mistake is, and that way you know how to do the homework. All right, great job.